Andrew Johnson Bank was founded on conservative banking principles. Over the last 30 years, they have steadily built their balance sheet and increased capital by following prudent lending principles and avoiding risky investments. In uncertain times, you can continue to count on Andrew Johnson Bank, your locally owned community bank. A strong heritage, a stronger future. Andrew Johnson Bank, member FDIC. Welcome back to the Frankie DeBusk Show. The Tusculum Pioneers lead 14-6 at halftime. As we head into the third quarter, the Pioneers will be kicking it away to the Charleston Golden Eagles. And let's go ahead and pick up the action right after the first series. Charleston punting the ball back to the Tusculum Pioneers. And I don't know what you wanted to come out in the second half, and I think you talked about missed opportunities, but I believe your team and your defense gave you what you needed in that first series.
Felt good about what we had done defensively. That gives us really a chance to perform like we need to perform, and I was excited that we had held them like we had and took the field defensively and did it again. And our kids are feeling really good about things on the defense side of the ball, and we're flying around making big things happen. And here's some of those silly penalties I was talking about. We get a great return, but we get 2 penalties, and we have to start from deep in our own territory. But we put together a great drive here, and it gives us a lot of momentum.
The Pioneers had picked up a T.J. Jones interception at the beginning of this second half, unable to take advantage. Charleston would get the ball, Tusculum would hold them, and then have the ball deep in their own territory at the 5. So you couldn't take advantage of the great field position, but you start 1st and 10, and our first look at Fred Jones as he rambles off for 7 yards.
Yeah, unfortunately, Freddie got in a scuffle in the second half of the last ball game last year, and due to NCAA rules, was unable to play in the first half. But here he gets his first action, comes out and turns it loose and makes some things happen. And he's fresh-legged for sure, and he gets his hands on the ball a couple times here and gets a big first down and gets us out of the end zone.
We got in the scuffle against Carson Newman?
Believe it or not, he did.
The Tusculum Pioneers, Fred Jones, back-to-back carries, 7 yards and 9 yards, creating a 1st and 10 from the 21. And Bo Cordell, again, trying to run this option. And you know, it's a kid that hadn't done this. You know, he's from high school, was in a passing situation and passing offense, and that's a pretty good read right there.
Yeah, does a good job. He's not going to be one to take it 40, but he's getting 4 and 5 yards, and that's what we're trying to do with him. Carrying the football, he's got to be able to do those things to help us a little bit. And here he makes a great throw. Great read, great throw, gets us out of the problem. I thought he was going to score here. Rashad makes one more step or gets his motor run a little earlier. He's going to get in the end zone. Just a phenomenal job by Bo. Good hands here, good feet, good delivery, great throw. Not a lot of room there to make the throw, and he makes it where it needs to be made. And Rashad does what he does best, and it's run with the football once he catches it.
And I thought Bo realized, I better throw this now and deliver it. I think last year he tries to set his feet to make that throw. Instead, he threw that on the run.
Yeah, he's really grown up a lot, and that would be one play there to show how much he's changed and understands what we're trying to get accomplished on the offensive side of the ball.
Brian Marshall, again, the redshirt sophomore who sat out last year with injury from Ottawa, Tennessee for 4 yards. Brian Marshall again, the defense for Charleston. I would be remiss if I did not mention Craig Camphor. I think a stand-up young man last year was one of the leaders defensively for them, he and Chris Woomer, and he makes that stop right there for Charleston. But just a different feel, 3rd down and 6 for Tusculum now, and Cordell finds a new target into the end zone for his first collegiate touchdown receiving. That's Michael Rodriguez.
Great throw here. I actually thought the guy had a chance to knock it down, and Bo put it exactly where it needed to be put. Michael ran a good route. Kids up front did a great job protecting. We got man on man there. There's no heat at all. Bo stands in there and throws a phenomenal pass where Michael makes a great catch. We get points on the board.
Pioneers, again, another drive. This began at the 5-yard line. So it goes 95 yards, took just 7 plays, 2 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock. Of course, the big 49-yard catch and run by Rashad Carter, a big reason the Pioneers chew up a big chunk of that yardage. So the Pioneers lead it now 21-6. They come out, kick the ball away, and a 3-and-out, forcing yet another punt for Wes Sherrill. An angle punt, kicking it away from Rashad Carter and kicking it over his head into the end zone for a touchback. So the Pioneers will start with the ball, 1st down and 10 from the 20.
Great job by our defensive football team on the first 2 series here, limiting them to not being able to put points on the board. You know, they've only scored 1 touchdown to this point in the game, and if not for that 55-yard run on the very first play of the game, they might not get that have that success. So defensively, we're playing like we have to. And here's a throw and catch where we got to have 7 yards, we get 8. You know, those are seasoned veterans when they can run the route like it's supposed to be ran, and Bo throws it where it needs to be thrown and try to get the first down to move the chains. And That's a good feeling for the head coach to know we're executing and we're doing what we're coached to do and supposed to do. And here we hit Calvin Britt and get another 8. You know, he was sort of quiet on the day, but Calvin generally is a quiet player, and then all of a sudden he has a breakout game, and hopefully it'll come sooner than later.
Calvin is the guy who enters his senior year as the leader in yards per reception in Tusculum history, 22.7. The day will hurt him just because he only had 17 yards receiving on 3 catches. But here's Deontay Gist, and I think this might have been, correct me if I'm wrong, might have been the best throw Cordell made all day.
He makes a phenomenal throw. He actually is covered. There's 2 defenders there, and Bo just hangs in there and makes a great delivery, and Deontay makes a great catch. And you know, we need these kind of plays in our offense, and it sort of reminded me of our 2008 season. We used to complete this ball a lot when we had a seasoned quarterback back there, and now Bo is actually fitting that mold and starting to make those throws and do the little things we have to do if we're going to be as successful as we want to be.
Bo Cordell on the day, you know, just some of the numbers. Last year he attempted 66, 67 passes in this game. He's 31 of 43, did throw that interception, but the 3 touchdowns, and again, you see it after a few technical difficulties, right in stride, with 318 yards passing on the afternoon with those 3 touchdowns and the long of 49. Just a total of different day. His last game last year, 524 yards, setting a school record in passing against Carson Newman in a loss, but obviously not happy about that. Comes right back, almost the same type throw to Calvin Britt. This doesn't count because of the penalty, but it's almost the exact same throw.
It is just the other way, and Calvin makes a great catch and does what he has to do to get in the end zone, and that will help us in the long run. Unfortunately, we get it called back, but Bo has made 2 back-to-back phenomenal throws. And you know, we're talking about a quarterback that completed 72% of his passes for 3 touchdowns, and he's not our player of the week. I guess our expectations for him are just higher than for most right now, but I believe he would tell you he could play a little better too. But great job just executing on offense. Here he's getting rid of one to try to keep from taking a sack, and those are little things that we must do, and it's incredibly long yardage. We're just trying to be smart with the football here, get it back to Deontay, getting some of that yardage back, and you know, we're starting to do the things we need to do offensively to change the field position, if nothing else.
Holding penalty after the Deontay Gist 34-yard touchdown or reception, and then the penalty that negated the touchdown, as you see some of the movement for the Pioneers. But they face right now a 2nd down, or actually a 3rd down and 18, and Blakely, he's going to show you something right here at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, he actually does, again, really well, and excited about all the things he can do. And Bo finds him here late, and he just makes a guy miss. And you know, instead of getting tackled right there, he gets 9 more yards, and that's critical. Gets us out of field goal range, into field goal range, just because of what he was able to do there with the football once he caught it.
And Blakely, again, the young man out of Anderson County, he didn't, you know, 25 total yards, total offensive yards on the day, and he's sitting there waiting for the ball, and Cordell just finding a little time, getting outside, and again, making a man miss. That's, I guess, what a running back, a good running back, is supposed to do.
Exactly right, exactly right. Great job by our kids up front. Great job giving our X-Point field goal team a chance to come on the field and try to get 3 right here at the start of the 4th quarter.
Into the 3rd quarter, we take another break. We're back. Tusculum leads 21-6. Back with more of the Frankie DeBusk Show.
Your Greenville Light and Power System, an electrical distributor of TVA, serving Greenville and Greene County since 1945. Your Greenville Light and Power is dedicated to excellence in service and reliability, and a proud supporter of Pioneer football. Visit online at glps.net. Greenville Federal Bank, proudly celebrating 50 years of service in Greenville and Greene County. Greenville Federal Bank is banking made easy, and a proud supporter of Pioneer football. Visit online at greenvillefederalbank.com. Sodexo, a world leader in food and facilities management services. Sodexo proudly serves Tusculum College and supports Pioneer football. Sodexo, making every day a better day. Creekside Markets has 3 locations in southern Greene County to serve you. So, while you're traveling to or from any game, stop by and pick up a Hunt Brothers Pizza for those football Friday nights or Saturday afternoons. Creekside Market, a proud supporter of Pioneer football.